Good morning, children. We'll start with day 2 of our accounts class. If you remember the profit and loss appropriation account that we did yesterday, please refer to that account and we'll be solving one basic question on profit and loss appropriation account. This is the question that you need to note down in your notebook. Please pause the video and note down this question and then continue with the video for the explanation part. All right. So we start with the heading, which is very important, carries half mark in your board examinations, which means that if you have not put the heading correctly, you lose half a mark. So we start with profit and loss appropriation account. Just like profit and loss account, this will also be for the year ended. And since we have nothing mentioned in the question regarding the year, we leave this blank. We put a dash over here. Okay. So now we start with the format of profit and loss appropriation account. This is particulars, amount, particulars, amount, and debit, credit, right? So yesterday we discussed this is a nominal account. Let us look at the question. So in the question we have interest on capital. From the point of view of the firm, please refer to your P&L appropriation account format that we covered yesterday. Interest on capital of A and B. There are two partners, A and B. Interest on capital from the point of view of the firm is an expense. So it comes on the debit side of my P&L appropriation account to interest on capital, A's capital account and B's capital account. So A gets 3,000 and B gets 2,000. So it makes a total of 5,000 that we put on in the outer column. Point number 2 is interest on drawings. From the point of view of the firm, it is income. Just leave 2 lines here and we bring interest on drawings on the credit side. Similar manner, A's capital account. Please write the full capital account. Don't put cap account here. I don't have space, so I'm writing cap in short. So it becomes how much? 800 and 1,000, which makes my total in the outer column 1,800. Fine. Again, go back to the question. We have salary of A, which is 3,000 per annum. Salary from the point of view of the firm is an expense to salary. A's capital account, how much? 3,000. Next is transfer to general reserve, 4,000. Transfer to general reserve from the point of view of the firm, we are transferring a part of the profit to the general reserve, which means my profit is decreasing, so it is a loss. So to general reserve, 4,000. Next, profit as per profit and loss account, rupees 50,000. Go back to your format of P&L appropriation account. I told you we start with the profit as per P&L account. And since we are bringing the profit from the P&L account over here, my posting becomes by P&L account 50,000. Now, just like we close our P&L account, we are going to close this P&L appropriation account like any other ledger. So I sum up my credit side, it comes to 51,000 800. This side has to be made equal. So 51,800 on the debit side also. If I total this up, it comes to how much? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000. So 51,800 minus 12,000 gives me a profit of 39,800. What do we do with this profit? I have the profit sharing ratio 1:1, which means this profit has to be divided equally between A and B. So to net, this is a distributable profit. So we write to net distributable profit and we divide it equally. So 39,800 divided by 2, A's capital account, B's capital account, it comes to 19,900 each. This is what your profit and loss appropriation account should look like. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now, this is what you are doing in your notebooks. Leave this page after you are done with this question and come to the next page and put the heading Provisions applicable in the absence of partnership deed. Okay, so yesterday, like we discussed, I told you that there are firms which have no partnership deed. What do these firms do? They follow the provisions of the Partnership Act 1932. So put here in brackets Partnership Act 1932, right? There are 5 basic things that are there under this. Number 1 is interest on capital. Please keep noting down. Number 2, interest on drawings. Number 3, salary to partners. Number 4, interest on loan within brackets given by partner to the firm. So the loan we are talking about here is a loan that a partner has given to the firm. And profit sharing ratio, right? Now, in case the question is silent on, or the question says that there is no partnership deed, what do we do regarding interest on capital? Do we provide any interest on capital? So if the partnership deed is silent and there is nothing mentioned regarding interest on capital, no interest on capital will be provided. Interest on drawings also, if the partnership deed is silent, the partners have not agreed upon any percentage for the interest of drawings, no interest on drawings will be provided, right? Salary to partners also the same treatment. If the partnership deed is silent, no salary will be provided to the partners. Interest on loan. This is a loan that the partner has given to the firm. Now, you assume yourself as a partner in a firm that you have given a loan of 2 lakhs to the firm and the firm is telling you that we have not earned any profit, so no interest on loan will be paid to you. Will it be acceptable to you? No, it is not going to be acceptable to you. Therefore, for interest on loan, it says interest has to be provided at 6% per annum. Fine. And if the profit sharing ratio is not mentioned, profit will be shared equally among all the partners. So no interest on capital, no interest on drawings, no salary to partners, interest on loan given by the partner to the firm at 6% per annum, and profit sharing ratio will be equal. This is if the partnership deed is silent for the treatment of any of these items.